Hi and welcome again. To proceed further in this course, you require an AWS account. You can follow any YouTube tutorial to build your free tier account. So now I'm assuming that you have your AWS account ready with you. If you log into your AWS console, this will look something like this. From here, you can navigate to different services and resources that you want to create, right? For example, here you can see this services icon. So if you click here, you can see that you can see S3, EC2, VPC, EFS, 53. So these are some uh, resources or services that are provided by the AWS, and in the upcoming videos we'll discuss each of these services, how you can use them and what are they offering you, all of that. And if you want to directly search for a particular services, you can use this search bar, and you can, let's say you want to search for EC2, then you can directly go to EC2 service, and there you can create your instance and all that. We will discuss about EC2 in a separate video. So till now, we know that AWS has their own resources which you want to avail so that you can escape from managing your own data centers, right? So question is, where are these resources located? Is there any single places where all the resources are located? Answer is no. Keeping the resources at single place has issues. Like if your users are very far away, like world is very big, right? So if, let's say, Amazon decided to put all the resources at US region, then people who are very far away from US, they'll face high latency issue. Connecting to those data centers will take really long time, right? Also, if we have a single place to host the resources, they are vulnerable to fault. Let's say some damage happened at that particular place, or some natural disaster happened, and those data centers got destroyed, then your resources or services will not be available by the time they are repaired, right? So to fix this issue of latency, to give the low latency, and to provide the fault tolerance, so two terms here I am using. One is latency, low latency. So we want low latency, and we want fault tolerance. So latency means delay. So we want as very low delay uh, when the user interact with your services, right? When your end user use the application, there should be minimal delay while using your services, right? And we want our resources to be fault tolerance. If one data center get damaged, then there should be uh, data centers in some other region uh, which will be available for you. So to tackle this issue, AWS introduced AWS regions. So instead of creating their resources in one single region, AWS provided multiple regions where you can rent their resources. So if you look into this map diagram, so there are a lot of continent. If you go to South America, there you have a region in this South Pole country, and if you go to Asia Pacific uh, country, there you have India map. And in India we have two regions. One is in Mumbai, and one is in Hyderabad. So if your users are end users are only in India, then you would like to create your resources in Mumbai and Hyderabad only, right? Later you can replicate those same resources in some other region if you want, and if your user grow in other regions as well. And within these regions we have something called availability zones. So what are these availability zones? Availability zones are the actual places in those AWS regions where your data centers are created, right? So you have your region. So let's say this abstract box represent my one AWS region, right? And within that region we have multiple availability zones. This is one availability zone, this is one another availability zone, and this is another availability zone. So in one single region, let's say Mumbai region, we have multiple availability zones. So AZ stand for availability zone, and these availability zones are the actual place where your data centers are created. So within these availability zones you have your data centers. Now one thing that you understood, that we to have the low latency and fault tolerance, we have created multiple regions, right? AWS has created a data center in multiple regions, in multiple continents, right? But what is the point of having multiple availability zones within a single region? So here you can see that in Hyderabad we have 3 availability zone. In Mumbai too we have 3 availability zones. What is the point of having multiple availability zones in one region, right? Since we have multiple regions, why are we creating multiple availability zone also in each region? So the reason is this enhances our fault tolerance further. So point number one is it enhances our fault tolerance further. Enhances fault tolerance, right? Making a region, multiple regions, made your resources fault tolerance, created a fault tolerance. Now making your particular region also free from fault, we have created multiple um, these availability zones. So it increases the availability of your region. It increases availability of a region. What if this single availability zone dies somehow, or some power cut happens, or something happened and it requires some kind of maintenance? If this data centers in this availability zone require some kind of maintenance, and it is down for some period of time, right? Then all the users which are uh, dependent on this particular AWS region will not be able to um, avail those services, right? So to make this AWS region highly available, we have multiple availability zone in single AWS region. So if you go to your console account, AWS console account, then you can see something here written N Virginia. So you may have some other name. So this is nothing but the region that your account is selected for. So you can select some other region. Let's say I am selecting Ohio this time. So whatever, by selecting the region here, whatever the thing I'll do with this account, whatever the resources, whatever service I use, that will be created in that particular region, right? If I select a Mumbai region, so if my use case is like that, I have all my end users in Mumbai, then I will select Mumbai here, and then I will create my EC2 or S3 or whatever I want in that particular region only, right? So now you know what a region is, and what why we need a AWS region to provide the fault tolerance and low latency. And within a single region, we have multiple availability zones. And why multiple availability zones? To further enhance your fault tolerance and to make your particular AWS region even more highly available. Like for example, I just want to create my regions in Mumbai region only, and nothing else, right? Nothing elsewhere, right? So to keep my services up all the time, we need multiple availability zones, right?